If you're interested in taking these ideas as far as possible, presenting the most aesthetic version of yourself, I'm launching a coaching program where I work with individuals one-on-one. I'll evaluate your whole presentation, lock in on a sort of archetype that makes sense for you, and help you get to the 10 out of 10 version of yourself presentationally. I have found that maximizing your looks has an enormous return on your life, and so if this is an area of your life that you're ready to take seriously, check out the link in the description below.
People often ask me, why do I care so much about my looks? What are you going to do when you get older? And the thing is, you should care a lot about your looks, especially now. In this day and age of the internet, with men and women voicing their opinions, I think a lot of men are starting to wake up and realize how much looks actually matter. Now, I've had my YouTube channel for like 10 years now. I've been doing a skincare routine since I was 13. I've always known how important looks are. And ever since I was at a young age, I've been bullied because of my looks. Not only like my skin color, just for being fucking black in a predominantly white school, but just the fact that certain friends or people wouldn't hang out with me. I would feel isolated. I would get rejected a lot, into now where women and a lot of opportunities are coming up to me because of the way that I look now. And it's a big life altering thing that happened to me, and why I take so much interest into this is because I realize how much looks affect your life. Women will choose you off of the way that you look. It's a very big door that you have to open. You got other things that you have to do in order to have a good relationship with somebody, but looks is one of those things that I feel as a man, you would want to feel like your girl is attracted to you. You don't want to feel like your girl is only attracted to you because of your money. You don't want to feel like a provider all the time. You don't want to feel like she's only asking you for money. She's only here with you for money. Like with looks, love at first sight. What does that mean? Like, you'll ask people, do you believe in love at first sight? And what love at first sight is, like this mutual attraction. You had a crush on somebody else has a crush on you. And a lot of people be like, no, I don't believe in that. And that's because they don't necessarily experience that. A lot of times, especially with guys, they have to go up to the girl, and then the girl kind of builds like that attraction for the guy, right? Which I think is fucking bullshit, because for me, I only mess with women who have high interest in me. I only mess with women who show that high interest in me. I'm not one of those guys that are gonna be your fucking jester and fucking entertain you or show you like, hey, I got a house, hey, I got a car, hey, I got this, I got that, and try to attract you with these materialistic things. Something Chris Rock had said was, the only things in this world that receive unconditional love are women, dogs, and children. He didn't include men in there because a lot of times men are viewed as success objects. Men are viewed as, what do they contribute to society? Who are they when it comes to status? And then how much money do they make? And then looks tend to be like one of the last things, even though out of all the three pillars of hypergamy, looks, money, and status, if I had to choose the lesser of the three evils, I would choose looks. They're all shallow, I understand, but it is something that if you want to attract a woman, you don't want it to be status. Success is built on a deck of cards. As soon as those people turn their backs on you, she's going to turn her back on you. Today with cancel culture and this and that, if she feel like you're not pre-selected, or if other people aren't validating you, then she's gonna feel like, oh, am I with the right person? And that's because she doesn't really know herself, right? But with money, you don't want to lead with your wallet. You don't want to feel like she's always asking you for money. You don't want her to like always pick expensive restaurants. You don't want her to always ask you for money and sex. You don't want her to not give it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least like every man wants to feel physically attractive, if not only for themselves, but they want their partner to feel physically attracted to them as well. I would not get with somebody if I do not feel physically attracted to them. I'm not gonna get with a fucking fat bitch. I'm not gonna get with a bitch that I don't think is that attractive, because I don't feel that internally, like to like the depths of my soul. Like, I do not want to do that. And it's one of those things where if I feel like I'm only with a woman because of how much money she makes and I feel like she's gonna provide for me, what the fuck? I'd be damned, bro. And I gotta fuck that? Hell nah. But you'll see that a lot with women. Like you'll see a lot of women and you'll be like, why the fuck is she with that nigga? He fat as hell, he bald, he a goddamn 4 out of 10, and the nigga got money. And women think that way, and like you see that, and that's very prevalent in this world. And a lot of guys, once they find that out and once they're like, oh, he got money, they don't want to be that guy no more. Like, yeah, she's hot, but she can't be a good person. Like, she's got to be a very shallow person because she's with that guy. As a man, you want to be attractive for the way that you look because that's one of the first things that people see. That's one of the first things that people judge you off of. And if somebody judges you off the way that you look, I mean, can you blame them? Can you hate on them? No. And it's one of those things too, is that as you get to know the person, then you could be like, nah, like this person's a piece of shit. There's a whole bunch of times where I've gotten with girls who I perceive as a 8, 9, or 10, and they're a piece of shit. And I just choose to walk away because I know my life would not be very good. My life, they will cause turmoil. It just wouldn't work out, right? But the thing is, looks are such a big door that you want to have that option in order to do that. Now, if you have a crush on a girl, like there's no interest from her, there's not even an option for you to do that. You'll always wonder what if. I'd rather take an oh well rather than a what if. When it comes to improving your looks, it's just about getting more opportunities. I'm gonna tell you a little story. This happened recently in New York Fashion Week. I was seeing this girl, 10 out of 10, bro. We were in this New York Fashion Week show and she was walking. I was like, yo, this shawty is fucking bad, man. Like, I'm talking about foreign joint, like skinny, nice body. I'm not gonna describe her too much because you motherfuckers are weird and somehow you're gonna find her. But I went back home, I told my homies about her. They're like, yo, what you like? Did you get the Instagram or nothing? I'm like, bro, I didn't say a goddamn thing. I didn't say a word, bro. I'm just thinking, but I'm just like, yo. I get back to the show and shawty pulls up on me. And at first she did like a little wave. She was like, hey, like as I'm like looking at my phone, my AirPods, whatever. And then after that, she starts making her way like to keep on like sitting next to me and talking to me. And long story short, fast forward, she invites me over to her place. She's been telling me like she had her eyes on me. I've been telling her like, yo, I have my eyes on you. And one thing led to another. And then it's just like certain things like that. You don't understand, like only do like a lot of guys not experience that like mutual attraction or quote unquote that love at first sight thing. And I understand like, oh, love at first sight, like, oh, you're with this person and you're like together forever. That's unrealistic, right? Like so many people have so much shit going on and pretty much like shit didn't work out with that girl, but I had a good time and she made that trip worth it. But even going back, and a lot of guys will want to feel that way, especially like a girl coming up to you. Like I said, I only deal with girls who have high interest in me. I'm not one of them dudes that fucking go up to girls and cold approach and whatnot. I'm an introvert. All right. I deal with that in my own way. I know my skill set. I know who I am. I know my stats. Like I know my build. I know my player build. All right. One of the best things for me is just to have the women come up to me. That's one of the best ways that I do it. I find this is the best way because this is how I kind of weed out the girls who have like high interest in me. There are girls who have like low interest of you, and then there are the ones who have like medium interest of you. They're on the fence. And I think this is where most guys try to go after. They try to go after the girls who have like, they're kind of interested in you. Like out of a rate of 1 through 10 of interest, they're like a 5 or a 6. And in order for that interest to like go up, they gotta like spit game, and then they have to like tell them what they quote unquote bring to the table, like money and status and all. But when a girl is attracted to you off of your looks, just that, like your interest rate, I call it a fucking interest rate, but your interest rate with her is like an 8 out of 10 to like a 10 out of 10. Like there's like no way for you to fuck this up, right? Pretty much. Now, I don't care how fucking funny you are. If the bitch doesn't like you, bro, like you're not getting with her. Like I don't care how good your personality is. If she is not attracted to you, you're not getting with that girl. All right. And if you somehow do get with that girl, you're going to be very upset at what attracted her to you, or like what was the final say in her being like, yeah, I should probably get with this guy, because it's probably going to be the money or status thing. You really want looks to be like the first thing that attracts the girl. All the other things are bonuses. Like, even if she finds out that you make a lot of money or that you have this status or that status, then that's fine. But you do not want to lead with your wallet. That is, oh God, I would not feel right about that. So when it comes to your looks, man, it's mad important in romantic relationships, but also career wise as well. As you guys know, like, I'm a model, and models get paid ridiculous amounts of money for just standing there and pretty much looking good. Maybe talk to people here and there, but for like 2 or 3 hours, I would get paid more than I would do working at my full-time job for 2 weeks. And you can kind of see like how like models can like pretty much like live off of this, or like have a pretty good lifestyle. But obviously the trick to that is consistency. The better looking you are, the more jobs you get, the more consistent, and the higher paying jobs you get. But this is the other thing why modeling is so hard, is because it's such a comparative field. You're there with like eights, nines, and tens. I told you guys about like my past and how I was treated. And then to live this life right now, not only am I like so grateful for it, but I'm also grateful that I can share my journey, and I can share the lessons that I've learned with you guys to help you on your journey and improving your looks.